Hello and welcome to my review of The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. This book for me was probably my favourite book I've read so far since starting the channel. It has got a bit battered. I know a lot of you care about the quality of books when after you've read them. This one, the spine's survived quite well. It came with this at the bottom. If you can see that, when I bought it, Waterstones, which is interesting. Anyway, it survived next to my tap shoes, so that's the good thing. The spine survived quite well as well. The words, though, in this are so big. Like, I was not expecting them to be that big. I was expecting them to be so much smaller. Anyway, excuse me. This book, I think, is well worth a read. It is, for me, a 5-star. It is my first 5-star since starting the channel. I love this, which is so interesting because it doesn't feel like something that would, appeal to me. I cried while reading this. Rue's death made me absolutely bawl. I'm sorry. I don't like the fact that Rue died. I think the way that Katniss avenges Rue's death is perfect. And I think that the story as a whole is wonderful. I do have the second one. I'm not reading it at the minute. Now here's why. You guys remember when I read One of Us is Lying, One of Us is Back, One of Us is Next, and straight after reading it I said, I wish I'd read a book in between. That's what I'm doing. I'm waiting probably till I finish the book I'm currently reading. Then I'll read the second in this series. Then I don't know what I'll read after that. Because I want something to read between the series. Plus, I know that the second prequel comes out. So what is it? The Raptor at the Reaping or something like that. That comes out March 2025, I think. So that's good. This book has quite a few highlights for me. I think that the love triangle has been set up quite well. I personally think that Peter's romance towards Katniss is set up really well, and I think that, in my opinion, from this book, I'm very much Team Gale. I think that's controversial. I don't know, I'm not part of the fandom, but I think that's the controversial opinion to be of. I'm Team Gale. He's stayed home for Katniss. He's been, in theory, we don't know what's happened since, but he's been caring for, what's the sister called? Prim. There we go. I think him caring for Prim is really good. I think that Prim is set up really well as a character. I think that the mother is doing really well. I think the fact that both of them came back at the end and the way that they did it was interesting. The Hunger Games itself, the games are set up in a really interesting way, and I think that going into the next book we will get to see more of the tributes from other districts and the career tributes, and that to me is really interesting. And yeah, so it's a book in 3 parts. It does not say at the front. It's okay. This book has, this is going to be a longer video, I think. This book has 454 pages. It has 23 that can't be right. It has 27 chapters and is a book in 2 parts, I think. 3. Maybe 3. I'm gonna keep. It is a book in 3 parts. Okay, I think my favourite of the 3 parts is part 3. Interesting, I know. I think part 3, it really does a good job of wrapping the story together, with Katniss, with Peter, with them getting rid of, what's his name, the courier from District 1, Fox faces unintentional death, which was in part 2, was really sweet from, oh no, that was in part 3 from Peter. And then of course we had the all the trumpet things, the feasts, which were really cool, and I loved it. I think the story was really good. I think that the way Katniss could just hear what what's he called? Her mentor just talking to her was really interesting. And personally, I think that this story will forever be a classic in many people's hearts. This is an incredible book. I highly recommend. Follow me on Goodreads to read my review of that. It's not great, I'll be honest. It's like 2 sentences. But this is my first 5-star read since starting this channel, so I think you should, I don't know, follow to see if I find more. I will be doing a full tier list at the end of the year of all the books that I read this year. Unfortunately, some things are at the bottom, some things are at the top from what I've read on the channel. I've not read many books this year, but yeah, so that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.